George St-Pierre, one of the UFC's best welterweights, is not getting a fight in Canada in December. It's part of the art of negotiation that the UFC and George St-Pierre have with each other. No one wants to give, and you have a situation where the UFC wants to profit the most out of George St-Pierre's potential return. You have seen the president of the UFC, Dana White, on countless number of media organizations say that George St-Pierre has lost the will to fight. But George St-Pierre has said himself that he fully rebuts that and says he is more than willing to fight and that he will prove Dana White wrong if given the chance. So you have to wonder, is Dana White blurring the lines between promotion and the sport? Maybe he knows that George St-Pierre does want to fight, but because of negotiation tactics, he's saying to the media that George St-Pierre doesn't want to fight. How does he know if someone wants to fight or not? You have to be within the shoes of another to really understand. And this is where perhaps Dana White has gone a bit off track, whether it's part of the negotiation tactics or not. At the end of the day, George St-Pierre is one of the best mixed martial arts athletes to ever step inside the octagon. Should he be given that same amount of respect back? One could argue yes. The issue has lied with George St-Pierre having a contract under Zuffa, which is Lorenzo Fertitta's and Frank Fertitta's, corporation, which owned the UFC. They, of course, sold it to WME-IMG for a stunning $4 billion. And I think in Australian dollars, that reaches up over $6 billion, even more than that. So there's a huge transition going on in the UFC, and George St-Pierre has been stuck in the middle of it. He's still making a lot of money, even though he is not fighting. Sponsorships, he's been in a few movies as well. Fighting is a dangerous game. You can get brain trauma. You can get injuries. And so I can see where he's coming from. But at the end of the day, they just haven't found an agreement. And whether George St-Pierre will ever return to the UFC is still in question.